In keeping with the somewhat trendy thing I'm trying to do, today is going to be more of a shitposty video than usual. So basically I'm trying to make videos on Fridays very funny. I think last week was okay. Heterophobia went down quite well. This week though we're going to be covering consent. Because yeah, that's a thing. This was linked to me on a Facebook message, and yeah, consent. Take it away.
How young are some of the children you talk to?
We work from children from 3 years old. We work with parents from birth.
From birth?
Yeah. Just about how to set up a culture of consent in their home.
Right. So from a very early age, we're going to be teaching consent to children, even though we do basically teach children yes and no's. So your job is entirely redundant. But tell me, how are you going to teach this very, very complex idea to children?
So, I'm going to change your nappy now, is that okay?
I thought this was a joke. I thought maybe this video was from like April 1st or something. Amazing. I can imagine now, and I'm just going to segue onto this because it's an obvious one. With those on the internet that have in the past indicated wanted to have sex with kids, that the excuses you're about to use as a way of teaching reasons, is good enough reason for kids to also want to have sex with adults. Now I'm sure this is a vastly more complex issue, and I'm just making light of it because it just sounds utterly ridiculous. I say that mostly because I spend quite a lot of my time around my nieces and nephews, and when their parents change their nappies, they're not like, can I have consent to change your shit-filled nappy? No, they're like, come here, I'm going to change your nappy. It's disgusting. Kids are so basic that they don't understand consent, and they won't understand it because it's an issue that needs to be developed over time. There you go, there's the more serious nature of what I would have wanted to say or not wanted to say if I didn't want to continue being shitposty. But I do want to continue being a little shitposty, so let's continue with this.
Of course the baby's not going to respond, yes mum, that's awesome, I'd love to have my nappy changed.
Imagine my shock.
But if you leave a space and wait for body language and wait to make eye contact, then you're letting that child know that they're responsible.
When the video transitioned and cut the way it did, the word that was left out at the end there was responsible, so the full quote would be, but if you leave a space and wait for body language and wait to make eye contact, then you are letting your child know that they are responsible. Sometimes a joke writes itself to the point where you don't need to add anything to it to make it sound even funnier than it already is. So I'm just going to say now, I don't understand why you have to go out of your way to teach consent from such a young age. Children should of course be taught consent as they get older and their brain develops enough to be able to understand the basic concept of it. However, having it built on the premise that a parent is guilty of changing a nappy without consent is quite sad. It is the parent's job, to be a parent. They're going to do absolutely everything to that child to make sure that child is safe, healthy, and that the child grows up understanding a lot. Hell, they want their child to be better than they were in life, in their younger life certainly. So when they don't ask for consent to change a poop-filled nappy, it's not because they didn't want to get consent or because they're trying to instill that kind of knowledge. It's because they are then trying to make sure the child understands that at no point should it be considered healthy or okay to have underwear filled with poop, which would inevitably cause a rash, as you should well know. That or aside, I hope everyone has a lovely weekend, and thank you all for listening.
Omegon, I'm going to batter your prostate. Imagine my shock.